All right, I want to welcome you to another family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey, everybody, put your hands together.
Yeah.
All right, good to see everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. And this is Hump Wednesday. So with that, I hope everyone's working things out, keeping yourself healthy, doing your cleanse. We are in the cleanse season. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
We're going to talk a little bit about, there's a cleansing side to the fall, but there's also a spiritual side to the fall. I'm going to talk a little bit about that today and how, it's more than just physical. There's other things going on in preparation for the springtime. So we're going to talk about that today. But also, we want to hear from you. And Big B, I'm going to tone it down.
All right, buddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tone it down. As we tone it down, I'm going to stop sharing over here. Stop sharing. We're going to turn the music down.
All right. What?
And man, with that, we're going to stop sharing over this side.
You act like a DJ tonight. I can't stand you, boy.
Having fun there, buddy.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's give a shout out to my co-host with the most. That is Bill 1L Morgan.
Yeah.
All right.
This is what's nice. Really nice,
Big
man.
B, how you doing there, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing great now, man. We got rid of all that fog over here in Jersey so we can see this afternoon. Had some sunshine, man.
Man, you know what? The last 2 days in the morning, I take Jaren to school in the morning, and yesterday it looked like somebody took an eraser and just erased all the buildings away as we were riding downtown. It was literally you could not see in front of you.
Wow.
You could not see anything in front of you. So make sure everybody's on mute, family. Make sure everybody's on mute unless you're going to speak. But yeah, Big B, it was like they just took a marker and just marked out the whole entire city. I was literally downtown and couldn't see no buildings.
Wow.
It was amazing. This fog has been incredibly thick. So and then this morning I think it was worse this morning.
It was. Yeah. But there's no such thing as climate change. That's just I won't start no mess.
Don't start no mess, boy. All right, so Big B, we're going to get it started, but before we get it started, I want to say, as our welcome, we always say this is the family tree, and this is the ancient concept that goes back to the family gathering around the tree. The ancient laurel trees were ancient holy time when you sat down with the family to discuss problems, situations, anything that you needed to you needed a connection with. This is the place that you did it. So we want to gather around the tree. We hope that this is the first time you're coming through. Make sure it's not the last time. Bring somebody next time. But also, this is where you have questions and concerns about the world events and things that are happening. So we want to invite you to continue to ask your questions. If we have a question, you're going to look down at your lower reaction bar down there, click that bar, and then put your hand up, and we'll try to get your question. And if you'll put you in queue. If you are someone that doesn't want to go on video, you can actually put it in the chat, and Big B over there will grab it and actually get the question, and we'll try to answer it for you.
Yes.
If we can't answer the question, we'll find out and we'll get back to you. All right, but we'll try our best. We try to talk about the holistic health and the things that are going on, things that you do. So we ask you to share with us, because this is the place where we say it's the only real social security, because social security is not a check, y'all. It's
That's right.
Social
family.
Security is your family.
There you go. Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
with that, you got to say it slow. Social security is your family. So we invite you and all your family, gather around. Hopefully we can make it an event tonight. Also, if you are someone that's dialed in by phone and you missed the prompt that may have told you that you can actually raise your hand, just let us know and we'll try to get to your question. Okay, let us know that you're by phone and we'll try to get your question asked. Okay. All right, Big B, without further ado, tell us what's going on in the world, buddy.
Yeah, man, that's right off the bat. Let's just go. As of 7 minutes ago, we'll go to our very, very favorite website, which is what? Encode2019.live. That's NCOV2019.live. And as of 7 minutes ago, guys, we have total confirmed cases of 634,042,266. Total critical cases, 36,200. Total deceased, 6,686,500. 586,752. Total active cases, 15,929,250. And total recovered, 611,615,676. See that, man? I got that drum roll down.
All right, that's a lot of folks.
Yes,
man.
yes,
That's
yes,
a lot of folks, Big B. And also, Big B, tell them where they can get a transcript of tonight's program.
Of course, guys. As always, you make sure you put in the chat. Oh, no, don't put it in the chat. Send me an email. Okay. Send me an email to mechavideo@gmail.com. That's mechavideo@gmail.com. And that way we'll make sure that we get all the copies of the chats out to you. And Dr. Paul, I'm on his back about that. So we get that out to you real straight out first thing on Thursday morning as best I can. And then following up right after that, we make sure that we do what? We get the video edited and get it up. Not only on Facebook, on our new YouTube channel. We got a YouTube channel. And it's running well. We're filling it up.
Yep.
Working hard.
Also, Big B, you may want to put that link to the YouTube channel in there for the family.
I will. Yes, I will.
That they can actually click in there. And we support, we ask that we continue to get this support, because what we're trying to do is make it a platform where you can go, and we're going to start labeling also the family trees and also the radio broadcast on specific topics. So if there's something you missed here, or you said, I remember they were talking about that, so maybe we can put it in there and the YouTube program that we can actually go there, and you can also send it to family and friends. All right. But also I want to say one more thing. Big B, I so much appreciate you, and family, hear me when I say, that when we ask for, we say, if you have any donations you want to make to keep this going, it's going over to the Big B for everything that he just mentioned. He's actually doing the editing for the program. He's uploading the stuff. He has to do the editing on the software. So he takes a lot of time. So that's what it all goes to. It doesn't go to me, it goes right over to Big B over there. So, and I appreciate you, Big B, so much, man. I want to thank you, man, for all that you're doing to make this happen.
Sure.
Because, this thing can't happen without you, buddy.
Hey, man, this is what the family does. Sometimes we get together, we fight, we scrap, and all that crazy stuff. But guess what? But at the end of the day, you take care of the house. And that's what this is all about.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Okay, Big B, let's tell us what's going on, man. Who do we have first?
Well, the very first question, first of all, Queen Flo's got one. I'll tell you that right off the bat, okay? And I saw it a few moments ago. Let me find it because it's right at the very top. As soon as I put the info about the other stuff, Flo had this to say. She said, Flo, I see it. She said, I have white growing on the bed of my two big toes. When I researched it, it stated that I had infection somewhere. Can you speak to this, please?
Okay, she said what? I
she has something white growing on the bed of her two big toes. She said when she researched it, it stated that she had an infection somewhere, but she I guess she can't quite figure out what that is. She's up in the corner, and she wants to come in right now and kind of elaborate on what that question means. She can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Paul, it's like two white circles on it. So when I Googled it, it said that I had an infection somewhere, and I can say that my two big toes, the nail seems to break, and I haven't hit it on anything. The last time I got a pedi, the girl asked me, she said, your nail is broke. Did you hit it on something? And I was like, no. And then I noticed the two white patches growing on it. And when I Googled it, it said that I had some type of infection. Well, I was sick. That's what it was saying.
Also, remember we did the program on the nails. You remember that one we did on the nails? And you're looking for the lines, right? Remember, are there any lines on your toes, on your nails?
No, there's no lines. It's just like two big mass circles. Okay. So okay, so there are lines.
Okay, there are lines. Okay.
Yes.
And now the circle that you're talking about is under the bottom of the foot?
Yes, it's on the nail bed itself.
On the nail bed itself, all right.
Yes.
So remember, there was a deficiency of calcium, number one. Also, parasites. You remember, that's a sign of parasites. You remember we talked about the nail, and maybe I can pull that chart up. I had a chart that shows you the nails. I don't know, Big B. You remember that we talked about that a while?
Yeah, I do. I don't have it, but I do, and I have it in my folders over here. So if folk want it, well, I can always put it in, each time. But we do have it.
So just no matter what, they'll say infection, things like that. They'll say, bacteria, possibly even fungus. So no matter what, I would still treat it as all the above. So not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. I would start to do things like foot soaks. Of course, Himalayan salt would be number one. Okay. Number two, I would start to use things that were antifungal, antibacterial, and antiviral. So that would be things like the line of tea tree oil. Got it? Tea tree oil.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Mm-hmm. I would also do things like cinnamon oil. Cinnamon oil. Got it?
Yes.
Black walnut. Black walnut.
Okay.
Because that works like an astringent. And then you have to look at something like an oregano oil. Those are the family. I'm saying get everything, but that's the family that would deal with what you're talking about, because you're tackling all bacteria, virus, fungus, and parasites. That's all for right there.
Okay, I have been putting peroxide on it.
Well, remember, peroxide is an antioxidant, so that's going to have like an antioxidant effect. But to correct, remember, there could be a malnutrition issue there also. So if there's one for hair, skin, and nails, what immediately comes to mind is horsetail. Horsetail.
Okay.
Also MSM. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like that MSM, but I'll get some more.
Mm-hmm. Yep, not too much now. You don't need a lot. Yep.
Okay.
Don't do too much.
So you want me to put the MSM in my green drink? Not on the toilet.
Well, right? Yeah, because what it does, MSM cleans out cells, so it speeds up circulation. So hair grows, nails get strong, and bone density. It helps with bone density.
Okay, so let's continue to put it in my green drink. That's what I do.
Yep, that's cool. Yep, that's cool.
Okay.
But remember, we're trying to hit it from both sides. So you're doing internally with the green drink, and then you're also attacking it externally by being it topical. Got it?
Okay.
So that's where that comes in. Now, coconut oil also is very good with that. Coconut oil is good.
I have some of that. So
make sure it's non-hydrogenated, organic, unrefined. And then that's good for cuticles. Yeah.
Okay.
Cuticle. And I would just say, it could be, parasitic also. So watch fungus and all those things. Got it?
Well, I have an appointment with the podiatrist next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you know what? Also, we have to watch our shoes. Watch your shoes, because sometimes your shoes can get wet and it creates a fungus inside the shoe. You put your foot back in it, then you grab the foot fungus. That's where a lot of it starts. So
I wear sandals most of the time. I don't really wear shoes. I wear sneakers when I walk, but
but it can happen with sandals also.
Mm-hmm.
See, you can get into especially if they're leather sandals. That they can build. They can get between. Fungus can get between the inseams that actually are where the glue goes underneath there. It can get between there, so fungus can get in there if they get wet. So check your shoes. Check your shoes.
But my toes are out. I don't wear enclosed sandals.
Yeah, no matter. You can still get it on the foot. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Get it on the foot. So the first thing for fungus is the odor. You can always smell the odor first. That's the first sign of foot fungus. You're gonna smell the odor.
So that means my feet will be stinking.
Well, it can have, or it doesn't also necessarily have to stink, but sometimes it has a fungus smell to it. Not all fungus has an odor like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it just has maybe a musty kind of smell to it. All right, somebody at my door. Big B, take it from here. I gotta take them.
Tell them you can't go anywhere. Anyway, listen, let me put some information out here for you, because by the way, in the chat right now is the information for the Dr. Paul's Holistic Health Network. Okay, so make sure that you send that out to me. Now, what I'm trying to do is let me give you an idea as to when you see the videos as to how they're coming in. Right now, we're trying each week. I put in the one that we finish on Wednesday night, on late Thursday, if not earlier than that. But then when we come back, then I go back and I get some of the older ones. So they may be mixed in. All right. And Dr. Paul, once we get things all in, I want you to know he's in the process of, he will then rearrange them. So don't get mad at us. We're just in the process of trying to get all this stuff together. Right now, I think there's like about 30 of them up there. So just make sure that you get it. And then when you listen, and by the way, share it, like it and share it, like it and share it, like it and share it, because there are a lot of people who don't know and who don't have access to all this great information that we get here on Wednesday night. Family Tree is the only place to get it, guys. So in order for us to stay healthy, we got to do what? We got to bring our friends, our families, our enemies, and all that good stuff, your neighbors, your church members, all that kind of stuff. Bring them in so we can all stay healthy. All the frenemies too as well.
Your frenemies.
Okay? Exactly.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay, Big B, what do we have now? Let's go up to the top. Let's go up to the top. Who do we have?
Okay, we got Robin up on the top. Robin, you there?
Robin?
Go. Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Robin.
Dr. Paul, I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
2 weeks ago, I asked you about a friend of mine who had a stroke, and you wanted to know what type of stroke she had and what side was affected. You ever heard of ischemic?
Yep.
So
Ischemic.
She had an ischemic stroke,
right?
And it affected her right side, her arms and her legs, and she wanted to know what she can take to stop strengthening her.
Yeah. See the ischemic. There's hemorrhagic, which is the vessels, and then you also have the which is the ischemic ones, what we say the transient ischemic attacks, TIAs. You know what those are, right? You ever heard anybody say they had a mini stroke? That's what that is.
Yes.
Transient ischemic, which means that the clot is moving. So if you have an ischemic, that means again, you got to watch the oils. Got it. You got to watch the oils. Got to watch the oils, y'all. That's where, and that I'm going to tell you, based on when folks come in and we sit down and we go over their numbers, the number one thing that keeps coming up every time is refined oils.
Yes.
Got it? Refined oils.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they'll give you a pill, which is a cholesterol statin or something like that for cholesterol, but really, it's not a good cop, bad cop situation with your cholesterol. It's really the gunk that's building up in the liver. That's sort of like a car that has oil that's never been changed. So it's actually gunking up the liver, and then it's building up all these triglycerides, which plaque up the arteries and veins. Now, the RM3A does give you, we can see this, what's called a PTG, which is called photoplethysmography, which is actually a snapshot of what's going on systemically with someone. And that's why when we look at it and we start to probe, we go back to what are you eating? It always comes back to things like canola oil. Canola oil, everything. Anything canola oil appears in, leave it alone. Get it out your house. Stop buying it. Corn oil. Everything is corn right now. They're manufacturing everything with corn. There's a documentary called King Corn, just to show you how they're doing research, finding corn in your hair. That's how bad it is. Corn in your hair. Then all of a sudden you got the peanut oil, which is very saturated, and also the vegetable oil. So any of those that are going, you got to watch those. Stay off those, number one. Get hydrated. Hydration is key. Now, the latest things that I've been telling folks about with the ischemic issues would go back to that PQQ. Remember, we talk about the PQQ.
Yes.
And that's with the CoQ10 with PQQ. That tends to help with that, along with things like the red onion tea. I've sort of in that family is what you're doing. Any of the allium family. So that means also start to add these things to your diet as far as your food choices.
Yes.
Food choices would be things that dilate. What dilates? Dilates arteries and veins, relax those vessels. That's called the endothelial. That's the vessels in the arteries and veins. So you want to look at something like asparagus, things like any of the onion family or the alliums, which would be the red onion all the way down to the scallions. Got it? Also, any of the bok choy. I mentioned that last week. Bok
Yes, you
choy.
did. That you did.
Celery. Got it? Cayenne pepper. Got it? Cayenne pepper. And any of the, remember we did the whole thing on cayenne. Y'all like that cayenne pepper thing, boy. Y'all. So who got the any cayenne pepper? Did y'all go out and get any cayenne pepper?
Oh, I have. I've got
yeah. Some people
pepper,
got the hot. Did you get the real hot ones? Man, the HUs that up to 90.
Like you took my tongue off. I tried it just to see. I said it can't be that bad. Wrong. Lit me up, y'all.
How much did you put on?
I don't even know, child. My eyes started to water. I can't even tell you.
All right. So those are things that we do to dilate. So ischemic issues are definitely going back to, you got to stop the process for it getting into the body first. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
That's number one.
Okay.
So that top 10 toxic food list, canola, it's the oils. I'm gonna tell you, it's the oils. Number one, that should help her. So
that's right there, guys.
That can help you right there. Yep.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What about black seed oil? Is that on the list?
Black seed bitters, the tonic is what I would recommend. The black seed tonic. The oil is okay, but some people have a problem processing the oil. See, the oil can be too dense for some people, which means it's a little bit too dehydrated, too refined. That means your liver's not in condition for breaking it down because you're probably dehydrated. See, it's not going to work for somebody who don't drink water. Because remember, that's going to, what the sign is? Some people will take these herbs and they start to get a little nauseous or they get a little headachy.
Mm-hmm.
Usually that's the first sign right there that you're not taking enough water. Got it? So not the oil, the black seed tonic. Anybody know about the black seed bitters tonic? Anybody know about that?
No.
Okay, that's tonic. Okay, traditionally, this is the tonic that was used in places like, of course, West Africa, for times and seasons of change. So instead of doing a specific herb, they put all these herb combinations together. So you got land and sea together, but it's in a tonic. So you can get one that's called Black Seed Bitters Tonic. I'm gonna give you the brand that I recommend. Nobody's taking Black Seed tonic?
I guess not.
Yeah.
Laverne?
No, I'm talking about the tonic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Black Seed Bitters Tonics. Okay. That was a must whenever we're doing I'm gonna give you the brand that I use. Black Seed Bitters Tonic. Here we go. I'm gonna share my screen with you, okay?
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yep.
Everybody here? All right, good. Let's see here, Big B. Got some more folks coming in. All right, I'm going to show you the brand that I recommend. I'm going to share my screen. And let me know when you see it, okay?
There we go. There we go, right there.
Yeah, that's the bitters tonic. Now the concept of the tonic goes back to to Cameroons, which initially they were the ones that were never captured in slavery. And they basically were the ones that basically jumped the slave ship and kicked the Boers out and took the ship for themselves and went on over. It just created their own environment and everything. Well, this is one of the seasonal detoxes that they use. That along with the wood root tonics and things like that. So this is a great tonic right here. And you can see what it's good for. See what it's good for? Look what it's good for. This is what's recommended.
Wow.
High blood pressure, diabetes, weight gain, aches and pains, inflammation, Fatigue, anemia, cold and fever, digestive disorder, colon disorders, loss of appetite, menstrual disorders, cancer, memory loss, constipation, dermatitis, impotence, asthma, arthritis, hepatitis, fibroids, all of those. And see, these are the herbs that are traditionally in these, and that would be the acai, which is the aloe, ashwagandha, black seed. You got it. That would be the actual bitter itself.
Okay.
Bois bande, which is a bark and the roots, coriander, cerasee. Everybody knows what cerasee is. That's a very, very well known blood cleanser. Cayenne, cheney root, chicory, dandelion, flax. Some of this stuff sounds familiar, doesn't it?
It does.
Goldenberry, honey, kelp, lemon, maca, mahogany bark, marberry bark, moringa, aloe vera, oregano, sea moss, sorrel, and turmeric. Now, what's the commonality with this? What's the commonality with this?
Barks.
What is this? Yeah, barks, but also there's another commonality with this. What's the commonality? What do y'all?
Land and sea.
You got it, land and sea. Remember, we always talk about something from the land, something from the ocean, has the highest pH. But also you'll find that some of these are feeders and fighters. You got to have both. That's what makes things like vitamin C so powerful, because it's a feeder and a fighter at the same time. Got it? So you can't do it without one. Many people will be attacking a disease state or situation with just an antioxidant, wondering why they're not getting well. Well, you're not getting well because you're fighting it, but you got to build your immune system now with food so that you can now rebuild yourself. Got it? So you have to ask the question, is this a feeder or a fighter? And in most cases, you need both. Got it? So, for example, you look at something like a black seed, that's a feeder and a fighter, but it's mostly deal with toxins. It cleans the liver. So moringa is a what? That's a feeder.
Feeder, yes.
You got it? Got it? So you can go back with that, back and forth with all of these. Turmeric can be both. That can be both an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. That's the number one anti-inflammatory on the planet. Yeah. Did y'all know that turmeric is actually, they did a 9-year study with turmeric? Did we ever talk about that?
No, I don't think so.
Big B, what you playing over there,
man? I don't know, man. Just dropped over my phone.
Did you know they did a 9-year study, right? And they said, well, where is the number one place where there's no inflammation? They got problems, but they don't have inflammation. Anybody know where that is?
India.
Yep, India. Yeah. So they went to India and they stayed over there for 9 years. This is the pharmaceutical, all the pharmaceutical companies. And they said, it's that daggone turmeric. So they took the turmeric and they know that it's for its medicinal purposes. And then when they came back, they said, we're going to base all our anti-inflammatories in this. So that's everything, things like Tylenol. Yeah. Believe it or not, they ain't going to tell you. It ain't going to be on the label. So don't go with the label. They ain't going to tell you that part. You may find it in a PDR or something like that.
Yeah.
Right, Neetha? Where's Neetha? Neetha around here somewhere. Is she here? Neetha in here?
I haven't seen her. She's in the back. There she is. Yeah, she is.
Y'all know what a PDR.
Yes, PDR. Physician's desk reference.
Yep, comes out every year, telling you what's in every one of the drugs. That's right. Comes out every year like a new publishing of an encyclopedia. And it's got everything in it.
Everything in it.
It's called a PDR. Got it? So that's a good one. Black seed tonics is perfect for right now. If you want to build your immune system, if you feel like a little cold coming on, that's your fix right there. That's the one that we start to knock it down. First signs you start to get with that little scratchiness in the throat, don't ignore that. That's when you jump on it. Right there. Got it? Jump on it.
The brand.
Yeah, this one right here is, who is that? Was that Audrey? That sounds like Audrey.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's called.
Is this the Jim Nema brand?
No, it's not Jim Nema. It's
okay.
Guy Nain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing. But I got it all backwards.
Wayne Avenue has it.
Yeah, Wayne Avenue. Yeah, Pollock has it also.
Right.
Most of the brothers and sisters that are having herbal stores, they'll have it. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can go directly to the website, which is right here, which is the hold on. Folks are trying to get in. Okay, I'm sorry. We got 10 folks trying to get in. All right. All right, got it. So put that in your arsenal. Now, little disclaimer. Little disclaimer. It is bitter. That's why it's called black seed bitters. And remember why? Because bitters are what? Bitters are what? They actually pull toxins out of the body. Got it? It's going to pull the toxins out of the body. And they're going to bind to toxicity so that you can now pass this stuff out of you. So when you're taking these tonics, you can take this with the old Indian. I do a combination sometime. I'll do that with the old Indian. Or my son, you know, he's known this stuff since he was a baby, literally. And you know, I used to have the problem with him at first with taking green drinks and stuff. And then, you know, he started getting sick and he's like, oh, my stomach hurt. And he started coming home. After a while, I said, look, I keep telling you what you need to do. So now, as he's gotten older, I don't have to say anything. I just listen downstairs, and I can hear this kickle, 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 and that means he's taking a green drink. You know, he's doing black seed. He's doing golden seed. Got it. So get it into a routine. If you start to do this a little bit, all it takes is just a good tablespoon once or twice a day. You should be good. All right.
And guys, once you get started, then guess what? Your body gets used to it. And they don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah,
it's getting past that first time.
Yep.
That your body, your mind tells you that's nasty. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just do it. Just do it, y'all, and it just works.
Yeah. So it makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. Yep. All right. So let's see here. Got it.
There was a question. There was one up in the corner. You got Carmen, but there was one question that was talking about they had, I guess, they were having problem with their shins and
shin splints. Yeah.
And what causes that?
Yeah, good tension. You know, this bone density, but also shin splints can be a bone, calcium issue. So things like traditionally been used coral calciums.
That was Pat Alexander who asked that.
Yeah,
what the cause was and pain is. What can you do for it?
Yeah. So also comfrey wraps. We do comfrey wraps. COMFREY. Comfrey is an herb that's specifically for bone density, bones, joints, ligaments, connective tissues, skin. Also, ladies, that's another one for hair. That one right there, comfrey. Comfrey. And don't mind what the bag may say. You cannot take it internally. We've been taking it for thousands of years. Don't. That's only just to cover them from. You cannot. They've actually said they cannot mix it with other herbs. You'll never see that on the shelf mixed with other herbs. So they know that this thing helps to correct issues with bone density like hip pains, hip replacement, knee pains, knee replacements, meniscus tears. I could just give you tons of stories about people who recovered from doing comfrey wraps. If you don't know what a comfrey wrap is, you can take cheesecloth of any herb, take cheesecloth, and you steep it 3 to 5 minutes in some hot tea, and then some hot water. I'm sorry, and you would take that cheesecloth, put it in you could put it in an ace bandage or a wrap, and then wrap it around the knee wherever that area is, and it pushes it into that area where the pain is. So that can go around shin splints, meniscus tears, ACL, things like shoulder issues, rotary cuff, bursa issues, any issues of bursa, all that works. Good stuff.
Okay, Carmen, up in the corner up there. Carmen, you gotta unmute. There you go.
Hi everyone. Hi, Dr.
Hey, Carmen, what's going on?
Nothing.
I like them glasses, girl. You looking fly over there.
Thank you. I'm trying to be fly. But I just had made what's it called, a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not sure do you remember when I had talked to you, when I was with Farouk.
Okay.
And then I was telling you about I was taking medication for seizures. I never had a seizure, but I was taking it. But now I'm medication free. So my doctor, she took me off of seizure medicine because my brain was normal.
All right.
All right.
Well,
That's
a
great to
shout right
hear.
there.
That's great. Glad to hear that.
Hey!
That's terrific.
Hey, everybody
Yes,
come
yes,
off
yes.
mute
That's
on that
great.
one.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yes, yes, yes.
Congratulations.
Everybody come off mute on that
Congratulations.
one. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Wonderful.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank
Awesome.
you, everyone. And thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, everyone. And I remember you told me to speak with my doctor about that medication, but now I'm off of it. And then you said have Farouk to give me information so I can connect with you. I want to connect with you concerning well, the first thing I want to ask, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing it holistically, you know, I'm trying to eat good. My refrigerator is vegan, vegetarian, and pescatarian food, which is in the codfish, whatever. My cheese when I go out and go get a reader with an ice.
She fessing up, Big B. She fessing up on the cheese, man. All right. That's right.
What I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah. So my question is, have anyone come to you? Thank you, Shantae. Did anyone come to you with a diagnosis and they was cured from it?
Well, this is
Albinism?
the thing.
Is that what you said? Okay.
Yeah. See, what's happening is, remember, we use a different word. You got to remember what cure means. You know, they've taken it from the allopathic perspective, and it makes people nervous when you say that. But let me just give you the better definition. Okay. Put you back into balance. Got it? See, your body's always trying to bring you back to a state of what's called homeostasis, which is balance. Ease. Got it? Ease. When your body's out of balance, that's where the word dis-ease comes from. So if there's anything that was a problem, if there ever was a problem that was going on, this was imbalance or a dis-ease was based off of imbalance. Got it? And we can attach most of that, and all of it, we can attach it going back to malnutrition. How about that? So we're going to find out, we do what's called the baseline. So when you come through to get an assessment, that's what the RM3A is. That's where we look in the urine to see where your numbers are and let the body speak for itself. Yes. Body has a message, has a voice of itself, but we have lost the ability to read. And how the body tells everything about it just by looking at it, just by looking at the urine, things like that. Matter of fact, we call the urine the scene of the crime. Yes. That's what we call we look at that as the scene of the crime. We can see what's going on with you because it's gone through the entire cycle of the body. So whatever the body's crying out for, getting rid of, that means information for us, the body speaking. Yes. So that's where you want to always, right now, you're not on a medication, which is a hallelujah shout for you.
Yes, indeed.
So you got to now get a baseline together. And that means come in for an assessment, get a baseline, and we work out a game plan for your food and nutrition. Things to eat, things to stay away from. Got it? So you got to watch certain foods now. Got it? But also we're going to build the system back up from the foundation. That means get your mind right. Got it? We got a whole lot of brain food. We got a lot of brain food for you. You're gonna be
currently, hold on 1 second. I want to show you.
Okay. All right, give it to us. All right.
That's it.
I'm currently taking this. Because I know that I'm not sure, can you see it?
Yeah.
Is it
The
The iron formula.
Well, I don't hear no more, but yes, because I know when I was taking meds, my iron deficiency was low and I was anemic.
See this. Yeah, that's right. But see, what happens with that also has a lot to do with your assimilation. So you can even have that product, but if you're not assimilation, it means you're not assimilated. You can't get it in. And also, assimilation happens in your gut. So if you're not assimilating, you got the little hairs in your gut. They call it villi. Got it? And their job is to take nutrients out of food and bring it into you. But if you're eating certain foods, you can damage those villi. And they actually can't assimilate no more. So you get maybe a coating. Sometimes they get blocked. Sometimes they get damaged. Sometimes they just get wiped out.
Yeah, that's true.
So some people can't assimilate nothing. And then they come back and say, oh, well, every time you eat something, I feel bloated. I feel gas. I'm tired all the time. And when I went to get my hemoglobin numbers and they said I'm anemic, all of that's malnutrition because usually of assimilation. You're not assimilating. Got it? So that's why the assessment is very important for you. Don't guess. We're going to look at the numbers, look at your numbers, and then move forward. Okay.
Oh, that's me. I had called the office, and then she did explain to me about the assessment. So
Okay.
I'm interested in doing the assessment too.
Okay. All right.
Instead of me going to medically doctors, I'm not sure.
Well,
Realistically, is to ban doctors and doing natural. I don't know.
Yeah, see the world, you got three worlds going on. You have allopathy, it's ALLOPATHY. Okay, and that's the doctor you're dealing with now. So the allopath doctors their philosophy is to go against the body. Got it? They go against it. They basically go to the symptoms, not the problem. That's why it's also called suppressive therapy. You suppress the system. You know, if there's something going on, suppress it. Like if you got a cough, right? You coughing, right? Say if you got a sneeze or you coughing, right? Yeah. Chew. Can't, sometimes you can't stop from coughing, right? Yeah. Well, that's your body saying something. Guess what your body's saying?
What is it saying?
Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. So what do they say? No, don't get it out. Suppress it. I want to suppress to stop you from coughing. Got it? So what do they give you? A cough suppressant.
Yes.
Got it? Makes sense? All right. So that's suppressive therapy. We don't go that route. We say feed the body corrects itself. You got to know which way the body's doing. Okay. That's why we feed the body. So that's naturopathy, nature's path, nature's way. That's why we go that route. And then you have also homeopathy, which is not to be confused with naturopathy. A lot of people confuse that. Two different sciences altogether. Homeopathy means like knows like, takes one to know one. Got it? So that means you fight fire with fire. So it means that sometimes you're going to take a little bit of poison. Like if you got bit by a snake, they would take that snake and they would try to milk that snake to get the venom to make the anti-venom. So that means there's a little poison in the remedy. That's homeopathy. There's a little poison in the remedy. So here's your thing, Carmen. You got to know who you're talking to and who's talking to you. You got it? So that's the concept. So that's why on our side, we don't go against the body. We go with the body. This is God's game. There's nobody else's game but God's game. You got it? That's it. All right.
I have one more question.
Okay. Okay.
No, real quick.
Okay. Okay.
Very, very important. I don't want to say broadly, I would tell you what it is. But I am currently diagnosed with something that it wasn't my fault. So I wanted to get it put inside of my system and I need help.
You should have to call you on that one, Dr. Paul.
Yeah, I would say, you would have to call. See, that's all part of your assessment. You got it? Everything we're gonna bring it to the table, okay?
Yes.
You got it? Yeah, you don't want something, that's something that goes into, again, detoxing.
Yes.
You know, pulling those things out of the system. Somebody's still,
Make
everybody
sure you
mute
guys are
yourself.
muted,
Mute
guys.
yourself. Everybody mute yourself.
If you're not speaking, mute yourself.
Yeah, mute yourself. All right, maybe I have to mute everybody.
Yep.
All right. So I want to mute everybody. So what we're gonna do is basically you know, give Ivy or Melanie a call, and then we'll take it from there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right, Dr. Paul, we got one here. It says Galaxy 7. So what can I do for my 6-year-old grandson to reduce the swelling of his tonsils? No fever, no pain, been swollen for 3 months, getting adenoids removed in 6 days.
Okay, one more time, Big B. Hold on for a second. I got to get this one. This is getting on my nerves here. I don't know where that's coming from. Somebody mute yourself. I'm muting all, and it's not happening. I don't know what's going on. Go ahead. Okay, Big B. You can unmute yourself, buddy. Let me see here. All right, Big B. Can you see? Can you unmute yourself? All right, hold up. All right, buddy. Go ahead.
There we go.
There you go.
You got me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it says, what can I do for my 6-year-old grandson to reduce the swelling of his tonsils? He has no fever and no pain, but it's been swollen for 3 months, getting his adenoids removed in 6 days.
Yeah, he's got some toxin going on. It's something he's eating. Yeah, see what happens when you have tonsils. Remember, tonsils are the collective overflow of toxins in the body. That's what they are. They're the collective overflow, the reservoir for overflow of toxins. So when you have one, that's why you have one on the left side, one on the right side. Where is that coming from? Who is that coming from? Everybody mute yourself. Everybody mute yourself on your own, because if I do it, it's going to mess up everything.
There we go.
Carol. It's Carol. Carolyn.
No.
Yeah.
No,
not that Carol G.
No, not Carol G.
Carolyn Thick. Yeah, it's another Carolyn. Got it. Okay. All right. Okay. So remember, the tonsils are the overflow of toxins that are protecting you. That's why whenever you're having to go to a doctor, what's the first thing they say? Open your mouth and say, right. I'm going to see if there's any inflammation in the left side or the right side. That's why God gave you one on both sides. So that when you're doing this, who is on here that is doing this, y'all? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to mute yourself. Come on, y'all. Come on. If you're not talking,
I don't hear it now.
Yourself. Everybody mute yourself. If you're not talking, mute yourself, because it's
someone with the letter B, purple.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Everything looks like everybody's out now.
Okay.
Good. All right.
There you go.
Okay. So here's the thing. Left and right side. That's why when you eat, you're chewing on what? Left. Some people chew on the left. Some people chew on the right. So if there's bacteria, want to catch it. That's like a trap. Catch it before it gets down to cause harm to the body. Got it? So it'd rather catch in here, Big B, because whatever that toxin is that's in the tonsils, it could have gotten to the stomach and then caused real bad problems. Got it? So there needs to be a detox of the tonsils. That's part of that whole lymphatic system also. You got to cleanse the system. So number one, they got to watch and make sure he's not on sugar. Got it? Sugar is a big one that takes down the immune system. Watch the refined sugar, refined salt, the candy, all those things. And we do have syrups and tonics for them, for the children. And for example, some of them that are used are like the black elderberry or the sambucus is what is used. That's one that's used because that deals with a lot of bacteria and viral issues. Sambucus, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, of course. Things like the black seed bitters tonic that I just mentioned there, but you would mask it for the child because children can't take that bitterness. So you would mask it with something like a juice with them. Got it? Mm-hmm. Also, hot teas, hot herbal teas. That's what golden seal was always used for. You know, if you can take the golden seal helps with that also. It deals with infections in the tonsils and things like that. But also that's, you know, the other overflow is what? The appendix and the spleen. You got it. Those are overflows of toxins that need to be detoxed because you caught something. So that's where we would start. But again, to be on point, I'm just speaking in general. Traditionally, that's what's used. All right.
Okay. All right. Age-old question. Anything to help with the arthritis in the knee? I'll leave help for 2 weeks per doctor's suggestion. Now pain is back, and next would be cortisone shots. What do you suggest?
I just talked about it. pH, y'all. pH. Y'all got to get this pH thing understanding.
Yes,
you got to get this pH under belt.
Right.
Also, it's a lot to do with meat, too. You got to make sure you're not eating too much meat because meat, in order to break down, you're going to pull a lot. It's going to cause an acidic ash in your gut. Mm-hmm. And that's gonna go right after your knees, y'all. I'm just gonna tell you, it's gonna go right after you. If you cut the meat down, it'll reduce inflammation in the body. Now, on the spiritual side, what does arthritis also mean? That means you also have to start to become and start to move your thinking and spirituality in the line of forgiveness. Okay, because a lot of arthritis is rooted in a lot of unforgiveness, a lot of anger, things like that, a lot of resentment. You know, watch the chatter, watch all those things, you know, cold, calculating, things like that. So keep that in mind, all right? That's an
Can you
acid
get rid of arthritis? Can you get rid of arthritis?
What do you mean get rid of it? What you want to do is remember, you have to remember what arthritis is. It's the state of what? It's the body going after. It's in a state of acidity, and therefore it needs to be put out. So what do? You stop eating the foods. Got it? Because even when I just said about the attitude, when you're mad or upset, you send an acid into your bloodstream, which makes you acidic. You got it? So that's when people are cold and calculating, unforgiving, you know, no mercy. Got it? You got to sort of relax. See, your body can only heal in a state of what's called parasympathetic. Parasympathetic is the female principle, relaxation. Got it? You can't heal unless your body's in a state of the woman's principle. Why'd I go say that? They love that one, big. Men that tear stuff up. The male principle is the heat, destruction, tear down. So yes, that's the male principle. Heat, destruction, acidosis, moves fast. That's when your body's on. So the body has to cool down in order for that inflammation to come out of there. Got it? So that means that's why herbs, you take an herb that's for inflammation, it's usually because it's a cooling herb. You know what's good for that? One that's really good, this comes to mind, it's popped in my mind, it's called calendula.
Ah, okay. Calendula. All right.
Calendula. Calendula. Yep, calendula. It's the marigold. It's from the marigold tree.
Okay.
Beautiful color too. Good for digestive issues. It's a calmative and it deals with inflammation. So it's very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah, the marigold.
Sounds good to me. Okay, so what causes drop foot, Dr. Paul?
Drop foot. Well, that can be something that's affected from the autonomic system, from the myelin sheath. That can be someone who has things like multiple sclerosis, things like Parkinson's, ALS, Lou Gehrig's, things like that. That's autonomic issues. Yep. The autonomic, that's you lose the mobility for your nerve endings in your feet. So you get drop foot. Matter of fact, Mark Kinsey, who's very part of our men's group. He had drop foot. Yep. And he had, when I first met him, he had both feet dropped. And now, guess what? They told him when we met, you got 2 months and you're gonna be in a wheelchair the rest of your life.
Wrong.
Yeah. And I said, that's a lie, buddy. Don't tell him that's a lie. And then he came back. Now he's walking.
I know that's right.
Online. If y'all seen Mark, he's been on here sometimes. He comes on.
Yes.
On tonight. But yeah, he has plenty of testimony. So what are you doing? You're repairing the myelin sheath. The myelin sheath, which
Dr.
is
Paul, what is drop foot?
Yeah, I just told you.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, damage to, I just said it, damage to the myelin sheath. It's the protective coating over your central nervous system. Got it? And then what happens is you lose that connectivity. That's like if you had extension cord. You ever had extension cord hooked to a light and you shake it and then the light flickers? Yeah, you got to break in the line. Got to break in the line.
That's what happens.
Got it? So that break in the line loses
there's no
that
communication.
ability. Yeah, lack of communication. That's correct.
Okay.
So that would be something that, the RM3A does detect autonomic issues.
Okay. Sounds good. Yvette says she has a coworker who says she has RSV. Is it possible for adults to get RSV? I thought only children got it.
No, that's just the terminology. It's a characteristic. It's inflammation in the lungs, period. That's all it is. Body knows one thing, inflammation. That's it. Inflammation causing issues like, vomiting, throwing up, all those things, all those coughing, sneezing, wheezing. It's just affecting the children in a different way. So they just, put another tag on it. It's just inflammation in the lungs. See, you got to get things that those herbs that we talk about that are lung expectorants that heat up the lungs. Remember we talked about the things that have this element called inulin, INULIN, inulin. Inulin keeps the lungs very moist. So when you keeps it very moist, that allows that thing not to grow. Got it? Because lungs, when they get cool, they're gonna get hard, start to get a fibrosis type effect to it. So that's why you don't want that. You want, and that's why it's always happening to the upper part of the lungs. Y'all see right here? Can y'all see me? Where am I? I'm all the way down. Big behind all the way to the bottom.
I don't know. I see you on one side, I'm on the other. It moves whenever it decides to move. So
did you kick me all the way down?
No, I kick you over. See,
I'm almost on the second page. Anyway, up here.
That's
up
all right.
Here is the upper lung that gets cool, so you got to keep it warm. So what are that? That would be the mullein. We talk about these all the time. The black seed bitters tonic, old Indian wild cherry bark syrup.
Where the hell is my earphone case?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I have no idea where your earphone case is. Don't even start.
All right. So those are the things that you would do. Got it?
Okay. All right. So then ischemic are you, let's say, ischemic are your main types of stroke. That's our need. She was just putting information there.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Paul, what's a good liver cleanse?
Well, I got 90 of them on my website.
Okay.
So just go right to the website. You got 90 of them. It's all based on, each one has a different characteristic that actually does different things. Like, for example, one may be like the dandelion root. Got it? And dandelion has the ability to not only clean the liver, but it also cleans the kidneys, but it also pulls water off the legs. So if you have deep leg thrombosis, water retention in the knee or the ankles, things like that, that's what dandelion was traditionally used for. And then you have things like burdock. So burdock is good for liver, but that focuses more on your brain also. So if you're dealing with stuff going on and, just stuff you got going on, that's good for the brain. So you got burdock because it's connected to the brain. Remember, liver connected to the brain, organ of the emotions, drama, trauma, sibling rivalries, conflicts of any and all kind. That's what burdock was. So there's a difference in variation with each one. There's some that also cleanse specifically the liver. Remember, liver cleans blood. Got it? When you clean the liver, you're going to clean the blood. So that's where we start. But go to the website, drpaulherbs.com, go to download, and I put the ultimate list of blood cleansers. So that's about time for that to be rehashed there, big buddy. I think so. What do you think? I think it's the time to rehash them.
Yes.
Yeah. Bring it back out. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Go ahead. Let's go up to the top.
Okay, Cecilia Jones, you there? I know she's here because I just saw her a second ago. There you go. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, Cecilia,
hey,
what's going on?
Hey, Cecilia, let me tell you something. I'm beating the people on Channel 10 up because they preempted your child. You know, I was getting ready to whoop them. You know that, right?
Oh, you know what? That's why I got on tonight, because she gave me the wrong date.
Oh, is it tonight?
It's airing tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow night.
Oh, it's tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I put it in the chat already.
Oh, okay. All right. Great.
Excellent. So tell those who don't know what's going on. Some of them don't know what's going on.
It's in the chat, but she can say it again.
My daughter got her first cameo on Law and Order, airing tomorrow night at 8, Channel 10.
Woo! We got Hollywood in here, y'all.
What? The SUV, right?
No, that's the regular.
It's the regular
Law and Order. And tell everyone their name so that we can look out for it in the episode and everything, just to make sure if we're DVRing.
Okay, the episode is S22 EP5.
S22
EP5.
EP5. Got it. And what's her name again?
She's playing Molly Sinclair.
That's the character, right?
That's the character, Molly.
And what's her name?
Her name is Anya Miller.
Anya Miller. Got it.
Right.
Oh, we're gonna keep her in prayer. Hope she goes
straight
to Hollywood with that.
Well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Give mom that check.
Right.
All right.
I got you.
You had another question, Celia?
I had a couple questions actually, but Dr. Paul, I'm so glad you showed us a picture of the Black Sea bitters.
There you go.
I had it forever. I never opened it. I don't know what I bought it for. And I'm so glad I'm on chat tonight. So I'm gonna start taking this tonight.
There you go. That's the protection.
I'm kind of upset I never got the bitters cup, but
that's you know what? He never came back he's still over in Guyana right now. That's Terry. Terry's still over in Guyana. He's building hotels and stuff. I don't know what's going on. I said, Terry, come on, you gotta help me here. So who else had that? Was Big B, Cameron? Yeah, Karen, didn't he have
Karen, yeah.
Karen had him, right?
Karen had some, yes, huh?
He's not on tonight, I don't think.
No, he's not. I haven't seen him.
He's not on tonight. I was looking to see if he's on.
But can you tell me, you started to say
Did I hear you, Karen?
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Okay.
What were you saying, Cecilia?
You started to say your regimen for the Black Sea, what else you take with it, but you never finished it.
Yeah, you would take it with, like I just said, you would mask it if you have a problem because it's bitter. It's very bitter. And some people, it really is, they just, I gave it to my cousin and he came back and said, "Cuz, what did I do to you?"
Thought you was my friend.
He said, "What did I do to you?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Man, this thing like corpse juice." He called it corpse juice. It was horrible, but it's bitter. You got to remember, that's what makes it work, is the fact that it's very bitter. It's going to bind to toxins and pull it out. So that's the key. So,
but you said you take it with the cherry bark too?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do that. If I feel something coming on, you know how sometimes you get that little scratch in the back of your throat?
Right.
That's when you hit it immediately, y'all. That's when you hit it immediately. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also have this other thing I wanted to show you. It's called GUACO.
Okay, say it again.
GUACO.
GUACO.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You sound like it's a cultural herb. All right, let me see if I can pull it up for you. And what is it that you're talking about that's Jamaican. That's from Jamaica. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now remember, like I said, there's many herbs out here. Got it?
Right.
Culture,
so it could be called something else.
No, this is what I'm saying. It could be called something else. That's true. But here's the thing. Remember, it's all about energy, right? So herbs are going to do one of three things. They're going to either speed you up, slow you down, or balance you out. That's your job. Find out what did it do? What is it used for? And that's the way you can know how to administer it, because it either is going to heat you up, slow you, cool you down, or balance you out. So you got to find out which level or which avenue is coming from. If I were to look into it, I can look into it for you and I'll get back to you and let you know it. But it's a Jamaican herb. And usually if it's by the equator, they're going to stimulate. They're going to be high in nutrients. See, Jamaica's closer to the equator. So I can already tell you without even looking at it, it's going to help. It's going to be things like whenever they're aggressive herbs that are closer to the equator, they're mostly purgatory. They purge, they pull toxins like the cerasses and things like that. You know,
I don't know if you can see this, but it looks like a tree bark.
Yeah. Usually all the barks, they usually do that. You steep it 3 to 5 minutes, or well, actually barks are about longer. They're about 20 to 30 minutes. And they're used for astringents. And a majority of them are blood cleansers. They're all blood cleansers. Yeah.
Can you take too many blood cleansers? Because I'm already on the yellow dot.
Only time you take a blood, you don't need all of them. Remember, anything, that's what we always say. Don't overlap. Don't take 2 herbs that do the same thing. You only need one. These herbs have been around for billions of years. Long time. You don't need no help.
What's this dulce stuff for?
Dulce. Yeah, seaweed. You mean dulce seaweed? Yeah, dulce seaweed is good for thyroid. That's good for women's thyroids. If you have thyroid issue, hypothyroidism, that brings balance, but it also detoxes. It's good for if you've gone through chemo, radiation, things like that. But also it's an excellent protection for raising things like glutathione, like antioxidants support. So it helps you to continue to keep that going. All right.
All right, I got one more question.
All right.
Because, I've been on here for a long time. Every week I'm here faithfully. I invite like 20 people with me. But
she set me up, big.
Oh, you're gonna get shot.
No, I'm not setting
you up. I had setup coming.
I said all that to say that I had this book that I kept my notes in, and I just lost it. I can't find them anywhere.
Oh no.
I'm starting on a whole new book. But I remember a long time ago, you telling us where this website was to get free wills, to do your wills. Do you have any idea what website that was?
Sure. You can go to, for Pennsylvania, it's just, you want to punch in under Google Advanced Directive. Yeah, just Advanced Directive. See, Pennsylvania, just like most states, have a free PDF online. So you just fill it out and then print it out. Yep. You can fill it out online. But yeah, PDFs. Just punch in Advanced Directive. It's a form of a living will.
Right.
And you should register that with your doctor. The class we did a whole class on that. And just make sure get your point person, make sure it's a respectable person that's very organized, y'all,
Right.
So don't get somebody said, you ain't give me no papers. What you talking about? No, not that person. You want somebody very organized if you can. Got it?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Celia.
Okay. Yvette, I'm looking at your clock, Dr. Paul. I know you're up against the clock. So
Yes, I am against the clock today because I have to make a run. But I will take 2 more callers and we can actually go in and 2 more questions and we can go in. So you pick them, Big B, whether on the chat or on video, and we can go in and.
Well, it looked like I see a young lady on a phone in a car, 822-424-6718.
Okay. Yeah, give me one on the phone. That's correct. We didn't
young
get
lady, are you there?
phone.
I can see her. It's 822. She just went off. So I guess.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
so she is. She's got her phone number.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Is she up?
No, I don't see it now.
Okay.
I don't see it now. All right, Yvette Bishara, you there? And then Patricia. Yvette, are you there? Okay, 5, 4, 3,
Patricia?
2, 1. Patricia, you're up.
You're on mute, Patricia.
You're on mute, Patricia. There you go.
Okay. Good evening. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. But I wanted to ask you about sweet potatoes, Dr. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
In the market now, they have these big red sweet potatoes that look like sweet potatoes used to look, but inside they're white.
Ooh.
Should we be eating that?
Well,
ooh.
Good question. Good question. I can only say this. I was perusing Giant today, and they had the purple potato. I was like, purple sweet potato. I was like, wow, this is good. And that's really good. I think that's a good, you have to look at where it's coming from. Remember, you're looking for number 9s. That's the key.
Right.
Remember, looking for number 9s. Not everything is going to have a 9 on it, though. That's going to, remember, 9 just means that it's gone through the process of verification to be organic. Sometimes you'll have some things coming from different places that don't have, but it's not the actual vegetable, it's what they're spraying on the vegetable. That's the problem. Got it? That's where it becomes a problem. The hazmat stuff. Matter of fact, oh, wait a minute. I'm glad you mentioned that. I got something I want to tell you. Hold on. Big B.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Okay, while he's doing that, guys.
Hold up. I got something. Hold on.
Do me a big favor. Chat that, but there are some questions in the chat, Dr. Paul, that I know we're not going to get through. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send the whole chat over to you, Dr. Paul, and because there's some that are really, really personal, and I want you to be able to answer them directly. Okay. So, guys, for those of you who have, I know that there was Carmen, I know, and there was another young lady who had a question regarding the conceiving a child of sorts, and I want you to be able to talk with Dr. Paul specifically about that. So if you
would, please do that. Please do that, and we can
reach out to him. And you, I think you can. Would you have them call the assessment line, Dr. Paul?
Yes, absolutely. See, we can always start with a phone consultation. Yep,
right.
Yep.
That's 877-377-2854. Again, that's 877-377-2854. Okay. All right, Dr. P, you can finish what you were getting ready to say.
Okay. There is a spray that they're putting on the fruits and vegetables, and I found this on some of the products that I was looking at that were not organic, and I wanted to make you aware of. I thought about this, and this is called, and I'm going to spell it first. It's called imazalil. I-M as in Mary, A-Z-A-L-I-L. Y'all got that? Imazalil. Got it? And the other one is called thiobenzidol.
Wow. That's a tongue twister.
Thiobenzidol. And that's spelled T-H-I-A, B as in boy, E-N, D as in David, A, Z as in zebra, O-L-E. Got it? Those are pesticides. They're mostly used as like fungus to make sure fungus doesn't. So they'll spray things like apples. That's the wax also. That's the wax and fungus that they spray on it. That's the name of it. You know, you always heard people say they put it on there, but now you got it. That's it. That's what it is. So if you see that sprayed on there, you just can't grab it and just start eating it. Or some of you may be taking the skin and you may be using some of the, you know how sometimes you do the, you know how you take the outside of a lemon or a lime and you just do like this, you know, do like a, what they call that? Come on, y'all. Zest. Yes, thank you. But guess what? Some of y'all, you got to scrub that with some baking soda, aluminum free, because of this chemical right here. And this is a neurological disruptor. Not only a neurological, but it also is an endocrine disruptor.
Wow.
Got it? So Just understand that. And if you go in the store, I want you to look at that at the very bottom. It's really at the very bottom. And it may say treated with imazalil and or thiabenzadol.
Wow.
Got it? Got it? So make sure you're checking your fruits and vegetables and things like that. That's the spray that we've always talked about it. There's a spray and there's a wax, there's a fungus thing they put on it. But that's the name. Got it? And you will see it on some of the very bottom if you read it closely. Got it?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Paul, can you just clarify that? You say you need to like soak it in baking soda and you need to scrub it?
Yep, I would do it. Oh. Yep, I would do it. Yeah, it's carcinogenic. They know it's carcinogenic. It's a pesticide.
Oh,
yep.
wow.
Yeah, it's a pesticide. Yep, it's a pesticide and they know it. And, but people are not aware of it. So they'll put it on mandarins, they'll put it on oranges, they'll put it on grapefruits, lemons, all those things, and they'll do, and it's at high levels too, very, very high levels, and especially ones that are imported. Got it? Things that are mostly imported, domestic fruits and vegetables, that's usually ones that get heavy hit. When they hit them to the dock, they go to town. Matter of fact, I had a buddy, he told me, he says, Doc, you better tell them, wash this stuff, because he says, when we go in there, we got to use hazmat gear to spray this stuff. And it's on fruit. I said, wait a minute, we're eating this stuff. He said, I know. Yeah. But the whole thing, you can understand why they're doing it. They're trying to say, we don't want this infestation of bugs coming from other countries coming in. So they're zapping the stuff as soon as it comes off the ship. And that's where this, you remember the bug that's up there that hits every summer all over the trees and everywhere.
Now we get these Asian fruit flies.
Yeah, the Asian fruit, yep, all those things. So they're trying to stop that. But at the same time, you need to let everybody know what they need to do to the fruit to keep it clean. You can't just use the zest from that. Some people will just take that and they'll take the orange peels and just, juice the orange peels and not even have this aware. They're not even aware of this. Wow. So keep that in mind. All right. Okay. One more, y'all. One more.
Okay. Kathy Hinchwood, you there? You there, Kathy? Okay. Cheryl Johnson, I had arthritis, and my question was, I had arthritis question, was unable to unmute to ask additional question. Comfrey wrap, what kind of tea is good? What was the marigold herb starting with a C? Is there anything we can or should not use topically?
Okay, calendula.
Calendula, Cheryl.
Yes, calendula. CALEND as in David, ULA. Calendula. It's the marigolds. You can't miss it. When you see it, it's going to be golden. It's the golden. Very light. And if you you can steep it 3 to 5 minutes, and it's good for inflammation. Right. It's also good for digestive issues, constipation, and it's also very, very good for arthritis.
Okay, Dr. Let me give that number one more time because they missed it. For the number, call us 877-377-7355. Again, no, not that one. Okay, which one is it again?
No. You kind of gave a double number, both of them. It's 1-877-377-2854.
That one. Okay.
Yeah.
2854.
Yeah. 2854. And you can put that in there if you want to put that in the box there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our line. You can ask for Ivy or Mulaney. We are still doing the RM3A full body analysis. And yes, we are doing, people are saying, you got a line going on, Doc. Yes, we do. But guess what? People are shifting in and out all the time. People got things they overbooked for. I forgot I had this. I got to go out of town. And every single day, we're shifting around every single day. So if you want to get in, just make sure you're on the first call cancellation list. And that means that first one we call, that's you got it.
Yep.
It may be quick sometimes.
Yep.
Maybe short notice, but Ivy or Mulaney. are my assistants. Okay, and they'll take care of you.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Look, we hate to cut you short tonight, but Dr. Paul has got an appointment. You got to go pick up his child, but we beat him up or gets lost over there in Philly. We don't want Yara to get lost. So, all right, Dr. P, you want you to just, be careful in the city. And just remember, again, one last time, in order to make sure you got a copy of tonight's chat, all right, send me an email to mechavideo@gmail.com. That's mechavideo@gmail.com. And you know what? You want to make sure that we keep this thing going. Use Dr. Paul's Cash App to support us. And that's $ Dr. Paul Hop. That's $ Dr. Paul Hop. Or you can use the bank, use that through Zelle. And that's Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. Again, Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com, or just send something out to the P.O. Box, to P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Hey, guys, bring your family, bring your enemies, bring everybody. Come to the tree, because that's where it's at.
Hey,
guys, go to the YouTube channel, guys. That's also in there, too.
Yes, go to the YouTube channel. Help us out. We try to make it a hit, y'all, on YouTube. So join, subscribe.
Yes,
we always say, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share.
Yes.
We call it, when you don't do stuff, and people forget about the hitting the like and stuff like that, but it does matter.
Yeah, it does matter.
So we want to say, support us with this. And also, if you can, thank you, Big B. Let's give Big B a hand over there.
As always, buddy. Yes. Always, my friend. Yeah. That's what's up.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Man, we got to stay encouraged, because in these dark times when you're looking at the TV and you say,
Lord, I know that's right.
What else is about to happen?
I know that's right.
Almost like you're waiting for the next shoe to drop.
Yes.
Well, don't be discouraged. Don't let that dismay you in any way. Find your peace internally, right?
Yes,
right?
yes.
Everybody find your peace internally, because, the greatest part of you is on the inside, not the outside. That's why they said, don't be out of your mind.
Well.
Got it. So God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing,
you got a shot.
All right. All right, y'all can dance it out if y'all want to. We'll tap it out real quick. Tap it out.
And the number is in the chat, guys, to get in touch with Dr. Paul. The number is in the chat.
Tap it out. On the hands, on the arms, on the arms.
1-877-377-2854.
And breathe.
Hey.
Don't forget to breathe. Tap. There you go. Tap that hand. Y'all went to the hand first.
Yeah. That's right. That's what's up.
Yeah, you start that circulation going by just on the tap. I see you, Laverne. I see you over there.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, Miss Carol G. I see you.
Yeah.
All right, Marcy. There you go. All right, Marcy.
All right, roll on.
I see you. Come down to the left right here.
Yeah.
Rolanda, I see you, Rolanda. You got a hair there, man. Look at that.
I got this, boy. Just watch up.
All right, right behind the thymus, right here, behind the chest. Y'all see that? Right here.
Yeah.
And breathe. The next thing to the liver and the pancreas. Good. Clean. Gallbladder.
Yeah.
And breathe.
Hey, Margaret.
Put out.
All right.
Good. All right.
Margaret said, I got it going on now.
Yeah. Now rub them together, y'all. Let's get an energy bath on. Come on, faster.
All right, yeah.
Feel that heat. All right, now flex it up. All over your body. Get an energy bath. With the energy bath. There you go.
Yeah.
Positive thoughts. There you go. Put it on. If you got a aching arm or shoulder, take that energy. Put that right over that area with that pain.
Yeah.
All right. Good. You can also give somebody else some energy, right? Got it. All right. Giving all y'all Good. All good, positive energy. All good things. Yes. Accept nothing but good things, right? Good.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing but the best, right? Button down, all the way down. Breathe. Last time. Last one. Clap. Rub. Clap. And stop. And rub that top one. Feel it. Feel the energy. Get that last one on you. And God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And we'll see you next time on the family.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Marvin. Dance it out, Marvin. Come on, dance it out. All right. Sheila, is that Sheila up there, Jam?
Yes, sir, buddy. Sheila's gonna be playing with me. I got it on, boy. Sheila getting it, boy.
All right. Mariah, I see you. Bianca.
All right, Frida.
Boy, y'all jamming, boy. Y'all put your shoes tonight.
George said, come on now, I can't even see y'all. Get back up so I can see you.
All right, good,
all right, guys.
Good. Everybody, have a good evening.
Yes.
We'll see you next week. And we're going to do a countdown. Is that cool?
Yes, sir.
Do a countdown. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good night. All right. See y'all later.
Yes, sir.
All right, Little Bill. Also, go to YouTube if you want to see this again. Go
That's
to
right.
YouTube.
Yes, sir.